So today, I'm going to be showing off a new cycloplastic product, and that is wall art. So what I did was I started just, I think I got these off eBay. Just mold. These are meant for resin. So this was a good size and depth. Seen other shapes. Um, Now one thing I've used this each one 10 times. You see this coloration. This used to be white. And I have this with other issues, with other molds that are clear, or even the ones that aren't. Some filaments really stain it. So you can use that to your advantage to create some kind of cool effects, or just kind of stick to the same colors and the same ones. One thing I've done is I'll take white plastic and I'll just let it cook in there for a little bit to like pull out the color. And anything that doesn't come out from that, it's just like in there, like it's deeper and it's probably not going to come out in your product. But kind of doing some randoms that are just some collages. Some are themed, like the one I'm showing off right now is Halloween themed. So just pick a different color, same thing. Keep the patterns, swirl them around, push them in, make sure you get them all. Now, what was the unique challenge is how to get the hanging part on. So what I did was I just bought this kind of normal hanging stuff, brackets. You get them from any hardware store. I realize it's a little crooked, but these teeth kind of counter that. So I could have just glued them in. I could have tried drilling in or a combination therein. But I got the idea of, well, since it's plastic, I'll just melt them in. Now, I already had this wood burning kit. Again, I think I got from the same hardware store. One of the tips is this flat one. Now, I already had this because I was trying out some different things. Like if you do 3D printing, you've seen tutorials of like plastic welding or using this like smooth out stuff. I also use this to like cut off the really thick parts of the edges of like the bracelets and necklaces and stuff, just to instead of using my Dremel. This doesn't send a bunch of little microplastics everywhere and into my brain. So one of the tips is this flat one. So what I started with was, first I did it without the nail. I would just melt this and push it in to kind of set it. And then I would take a pair of pliers, hold the nail in, and use this either from the side or push straight down to push it through. You do have to be aware, make sure you don't go all the way through. I did on one of them, but I was able to like just go from the back and kind of push back in with minimal, distress. And the other side, I tried getting it in the middle as possible, so I just measured it. But beyond that, it's really just the same procedure as before. Pliers to pull off the thick parts, X-Acto knife to cut off the easier parts, and I finally got new cut-resistant gloves. So I don't have any fresh wounds at the moment, thanks to those new gloves. And then use a deburring tool to do the final smooth out. Since this is not going to be against the person, I wasn't worried about making it perfect. And it's not going to scratch up your wall after you put it up there, in theory. I actually haven't tried hanging this yet, but it's plastic. It's pretty light, so I'm not worried too much about it. Next time I buy the brackets, I will get ones with shorter nails because seeing how much those stick out might be a problem. But I could just bend them up or down, or even depending on how good they are in there, just buzz them off with the Dremel. But yeah, just trying something new. I've got one of these listed on Mercari and one of them listed on Etsy, and I've got about a half dozen that don't have the brackets in, so I'm gonna see how these goes. And for and the rest I'm just gonna save for the various craft fairs that I'm doing. Hopefully this Halloween one sells since that's coming up. Oh god, I've already seen that in Michael's in freaking July. Anywho, one display thing is, a while ago I designed a coaster holder for my recycled plastic coasters, and I took one of those designs and I just blew it up, and it actually worked perfectly to shift these around. So this coming Saturday, will be my first one with these. So hopefully they'll go. I'm still getting what I would call friend zoned with my recycled stuff, where people are like, oh wow, so cool, look at these, they're such a great idea, and then bye, and they just bugger off. And I still have to deal with kids who just want the prints. So hopefully this will work out. A few months ago, I started a shop that's about an hour away that actually does charge monthly one, unlike the one that's closer by. And that's been a net loss every single month. And I'm stuck for a few more months. So that's bad. And apparently, Macari is not doing that great overall from my scene for other sellers. So if you know of any other good places to sell, comment below, because Go Imagine has been pointless. So has the Michael's Makers place. I don't even remember the full name of it because it's also doing crap. I got touched 3 times, bought something, and they were all scammers. So, yeah, like I said, check these out. Or if you're going to be at a craft fair in the St. Louis area, come look for me, because I might be there. That's it for now. I have started posting some not side business related videos. If you like crazy resale stories. Also, I'm going to be doing one. It's not going to be a reveal like I've done in the past of the new pendants, but I'm going over the ones that I've made in the interim. Just showing off because I got some filaments with some interesting colors, like the white colored one or gradient ones or stuff like that, which I've had mixed results about. Some turn out really cool. Some turn out as a grayish blob. And then there's everything in between. So talk about that. My bracelet mold ripped a few months ago, so I haven't made any of those. I haven't really sold any of those. So not much of a problem with that. But that's kind of it for now. I'll see you next time.